Hello, welcome back to I was about to say Neverwinter Nights. This is Shadowrun Returns. I just finished Neverwinter Nights 2. Um, that went to about 120 or 120 some videos, so it's probably going to end quite a ways from now. It's really funny is because I mentioned in the last video that I'm going to be starting Shadowrun Returns in March. So by the time the video gets out saying that I've started Shadowrun Returns, several Shadowrun Returns videos will already be out, including this one, which is the second Shadowrun Returns video. Okay, so when last we left, we have a avatar that doesn't really match our character. Our character is an orc, but she's a rather svelte orc. She's got a decent bucket. Her stats are pretty low if you're talking Shadowrun in real with the paper and pencil. The Prisma, there's nothing here above 3. This would not be a very good character, but this is a video game. Her name is Good Thoth, which I know is a very, very bad pun. I don't care, it's funny. We had a little bit of a flashback to a time 3 years ago when we had a run go bad. And then we got hired to locate the person who killed a friend of ours who was involved in that other run. So he had a thing in our he had a locator chip in his head, and it started off as soon as he died, and we've tracked it to this place, which is a chop shop, which kind of acts as a morgue for the locals. If you haven't played Shadowrun, everything is privatized. This is like everything is privatized. Federal governments in general have very little power. Everything's corporation. Corporations are the world governments. In essence, Shadowrun is a lot like the Middle Ages, where there are laws, and they're mostly paid lip service. And you have a lot of robber barons, petty kings, and emperors doing whatever it is they like, as long as they can avoid being caught or find some loophole within the law to get away with it. Police is privatized. They're all mercenaries. There is government. It's very, very weak. It's sort of sort of like, if you're in the Byzantine Empire or the late Roman Empire, where you have cases where the emperor is really just a figurehead and all the different parts of the empire are doing their own thing. But like I said, it's Middle Ages. It's post-apocalyptic. It's just not obviously post-apocalyptic because there's really advanced tech. It doesn't come across as post-apocalyptic because there's advanced tech. There's still really big cities, but all society has broken down. So the important part of post-apocalypse is heavy in Shadowrun. That's the very key thing to anything punk, is the idea of corrupt powers beating down on the individual. Okay. So it looks like we have this guy here to talk to, and his name is Dresden. Wouldn't a Dresden Files game be pretty cool? He's a dwarf. Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf whistling a tune. His broad grin says, "I love my job. A little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the chop shop trade." As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though it might just be a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. "Sorry, didn't expect any visitors at this hour. And some asshole at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, ma'am?" "Are you the coroner?" "I'm John Dresden, the Organ Grinders branch manager here. So yeah, that makes me this franchise area's coroner too." "And you are?" "No one you've ever heard of. Now tell me about Sam Watts." "I think I like that better." "No one you've ever heard of. Now tell me about Sam Watts." He fixes you with a hard gaze. Careful, friend. I can have a Lone Star here in 2 minutes. Now, what makes you think I'd know anything about Sam Watts? Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here. I see. Well, you're right. He's here. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it. What with it being all the way out here in the Barrens. So who told you he was dead? Here we go. Sam's digital. I want to give as little information as possible. Sam's digital ghost. When his heart stopped, I sent a recorded message that asked me to bring his killer to justice. I guess he had a hunch. Dwarf raises his eyebrows, smile wiping the suspicion from his face. A dead man's switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over here. It wouldn't be that uncommon, because like I said, everything is privatized in here, including, detective work. Now, I would get in a little bit of trouble for being a private citizen, interfering in police matters, but in normal circumstances, because I'm sort of poaching on corporate, like Lone Star or Knight Errant territory. He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown. Ripper, huh? I guess the classics never go out of style. Besides, not my title. That's what the Seattle press insists on calling the Ripper. All I know is that, like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel, but this one's even more twisted. He, or she, always removes an internal organ from the victor. Delicious, a trophy hunter. What was it? Watt's liver was cleanly cut out. How about the other lucky contestants? Wasn't Sam a alcoholic? What use would his liver be? The first victim's heart was missing, and the third had the spleen removed. Preston, get out here. The plus. I'm here about the new Ripper Vic, Sam Watts. Okay. Let's take our opportunity. Sam's body is half covered by a sterile surgical suit, his face an ashen white, for the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest, there's a small, pencil-thin incision covered in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him, and they took it. I was right about that paper. It's nothing. Sorry about that. I get a little distracted. A little bit. Next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on his body. You can examine the evidence through the bag without spoiling it. Look at the business card. Moving things around, you can make out that it's a card from a place called Seamstress Union. There is something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it illegible. Look at the cred stick. It's a standard, cheap, unsecured cred stick. No way of knowing what's on it without slotting it. Take it? I think I'll take it. It's 300 new yen. Okay, look at the purple shirt. It's Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing, and blood has thoroughly soaked it. The bag sloshes a bit in your hand. Look at the handwritten note. You can only see part of the note, given the torn off bits and bloodstains. Sam, I feel terrible that we are arguing. We have been long to say I'm sorry. See you there. Love, Jessica. Put down the evidence bag. Basic med kit. Anything else I want here? Let's talk to this guy. Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of Central Casting. If you ignore the tusks, pointed ears, and Neanderthal brow, well, that's still out of Central Casting in Shadowrun. You can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. So this new Ripper Vic, Watts, name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? The coroner frowns. So you insisted at the time. Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. The Ripper case is my ticket to the Lieutenant's badge. I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic, then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed with a slim hand that knows its way around the scalpel. He has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy, too. So I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon? Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. You're no damn help, dwarf. The Lone Star Detective finally notices you. You note his superhuman powers of observation. Sarcasm mode. Go! Who the hell are you? I don't have enough strength to do that. I'm new in town. I'm the nobody who didn't hear nothing. That's right, and if you ever do hear something, I'll knock it right out of your head. He looks back at the dwarf. Dresden, get me more. I'm putting someone in a cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion. He's a jerk. Okay, I can move again. Dresden looks amused. Do you always make friends that easily? Well, he didn't really seem like my type. He cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. You really going to work for the dead man? Sam was there when I needed him. I'm going to return the favor. Fascinating again. Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it meant another 10 new yen a week in his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. You have honor, after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do to help you? On the take, who's paid to hold his leash? I don't know, but someone with major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career and wallet. What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. Aren't you the official in that sentence? My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubts. I can't say that it wasn't suicide, but there were unusual bruises on her upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of new yen, but individual organs not worth as much anymore. Well, with all the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days. Organ Grinders only deals in the recently deceased. There's plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky, though, and they don't care where the bodies come from either. Plus, Sam was an alcoholic. His liver was probably worthless. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in their first year of medical school, as do coroners. But neither profession uses them as much anymore. It's possible that some of the slimier chop shops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. Have you heard of the Seamstresses Union? It's a nearby club in the Barrens that attracts lowlifes. You'd probably like it. Me, I'm not really the going-out type. Always too much to be done around here. Plus, the dead are just easier to get along with. I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Dresden looks up at you intently a moment before speaking. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why do you poke around those body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful? Okay then, I'll go do that. Here we go. Cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. Open the drawer. The cold storage drawer opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Whoa! Easy there! Jake Armitage. This is a character from way back, Shadowrun, back with the console. I think it was a Nintendo or Sega. Way, way, way back in Oh, ye olden days of the early 90s, maybe late 80s. Well, no, it's Shadowrun, so it had to be mid 90s. And you wake at the start of that game. You wake up in a morgue. This is the main character of that game. Whoa, easy there. In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into his temples and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. It's an interesting combination. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? I don't feel like... It doesn't feel like 6 yet. You were just sleeping in a freezer for dead people. Don't tell me you haven't considered it. Cheaper than a coffin hotel, and the service is just as good. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I notice you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's your story? The latest Ripper victim? Did you know him? Sam, glad somebody cares. We used to drink together every now and then over at the Union. Decent enough guy, always in trouble over something or other, though. Jake yells towards the other side of the room. John, is this lady cool? Yeah, she's on the level. Working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. I thought you could help her out. Maybe even stop moping around the shop all day. Thanks for volunteering me. He pauses. Might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell behind those shades. All right then. Name's Jake. And you are? Call me Good Thought. I'll go ahead and give my name out at this point. Nice to meet you. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right. I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night of the murder. Poor guy. He was hanging at the Seamstresses Union that night, tripped out and rowdy. I've been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Mrs. Kubota asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. But out in the alley, some gangers got the jump on me, and I realized I forgot to set the timer, so give me a moment. My characteristic will be in forgetting to set the timer as a Let's Player. He winces. Damn, maybe I need some soy cap after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup. My hands are dirty anyway. Now, what's wrong with this intestine? You hear a loud squelching sound as Dresden continues his work. Ugh. Thanks, John. You're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat corpse bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. Damn gangers thought they could turn a quick profit off my head. Jake smiles and you get the impression that didn't work out so well for the gangers. Sam stumbled off during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw of him. Till he turned up here dead on arrival. It reminds me of my last day in this place. You've done this before? Oh, it's a long story. I end up in the morgue more often than the average guy. Yeah, Jake's here's a real irregular. Should have started a rewards card, Jake. A few more visits and you'd get a free night's stay. I'll hold you to that, John. Anyway, they found Sam's body less than a block away from the Union, missing liver and all. Tell you what, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. Their leader's got the whole gang searching the barrens for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'll take you to the place Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit these streets alone at night, trust me. Jake eyes you up and down. And maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What do you say? I keep mixing up my accents. I do fairly well when I'm on one character, then I get to two characters and get mixed up. It's nice to have someone watching your back out there, assuming you could trust them. I get it. Gotta be careful in this trade. I'm not one to go back on the deal, though. John can vouch for that. Plus, you know where I'm hiding out, right? Doesn't leave me a lot of room to sell you out. What do you say? I do like a bit of street justice every now and then. Alright, Jake, come in. I get paid in Nuya, not tours. Guess I'd say the same in your shoes. Fine. There's a cred stick with 1,000 Nuyen with your name on it. Help me dust those gangers and it's yours. Make it 15. Hard bargainer. All right, 15 it is, but you'd better be worth it. I'm good for the fight if you're good for the money. I'm really not good for the fight. I am a muck poor shaman. Great. I've been hiding out here ever since that run-in with those Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers. For this stretch of the Barrens is their turn. Hell, I'm surprised you even made it to this morgue in one piece without packing some heat. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. So, you need a weapon? I want a shotgun. Like the subtle approach, eh? Alright, try this cannon out. So ready for an evening on the town? Just tell me some more about these gangers first. Well, they're one of the nastier gangs in town. Their symbol is a flaming jack-o'-lantern, but you wouldn't like their version of trick-or-treating very much. Again, I keep doing him in the higher voice. I should be doing him in the lower voice. He looks very much like Ron Perlman, is what he looks like. Except for he's not nearly as tall, according to his avatar, but he's a human avatar, so... Around here, they're led by a troll named John Paul. He's got all the Halloweeners in the Barrens looking for me. If we take him out, maybe I can breathe a bit easier. Just watch my back. Don't make me regret this. I'll follow your lead. The Halloweeners aren't looking for you yet. Okay. Actually, let me see if I can spin my karma to make this any easier. Shotgun's as high as it can go. I could get some dodge. What about my charisma? What is that? Air barrier. Okay, I can do that. Okay, that gives me a conjuring spell. Confirm. And we need 5 points to get to our first spirit summon, our first totem. Wait, why didn't you spend? Oh, bother. No, I'm right. Unless I have to... I can't do that. Let's... Oh, do I already have that? I apparently already have that. Exit. Let me check my character. Oh, wait. Spirit. Conjuring, I already have it. I already have Conjuring 2. So, we will... I can get Dodge up to 2. I am going to go ahead... Spirit 70 points visibles. We'll do that. Okay. We're going to save, which doesn't let me give a name to it, it just saves. It's a little bit slow to the... There we go. We're going to save over... Well, we won't save over that. We'll save over that. Let's do a new save. Okay, so we have to go deal with some gangers so that this guy will show us murder site. Okay, yes, I want to head out into the Barrens. Run in the Seattle sprawls, and sooner or later you'll find yourself in the Redmond Barrens. It doesn't matter your business, the Barrens doesn't like you. Take 1 part radioactive wasteland, 3 parts dog-eat-dog slum, Add a dash of tourist trap, and you've got a recipe for mean as hell. You leave the sanitized death and formaldehyde of organ grinders behind. Entering the anarchy desperation of the streets, Jake stops a moment to breathe deeply, filling his lungs with motorcycle exhaust, radioactive dust, cordite, and who knows what else. He exhales with an expression of wry contentment. The stench and grime tell him he's home. Yeah, Jake's an old hand. And we get an autosave according to the little thing down here in the corner. My stash is around the corner in the alley. Okay, you can sort of zoom in. There's a guy in here named Vlad who is bent over. There's a lady there. Does the bus stop here? I don't know, guy. I don't know. Okay. In the alley around the corner. As you approach, the man sizes you up. You can see the age-old fight-or-flight equation running behind his drug-clouded eyes. Beneath the track marks on his arms, you spot a set of tattoos that indicate he is, or at least once was, a shaman. Hey man, are you okay? Yes, no, yes, I saw something that's going to kill me. Calm down, I'm good thought. What's your name? My name is Vlad. Vlad, those are some nice tattoos. Are you a shaman? The word shaman strikes a chord. He seems to shake off some of the mental cobwebs. Yes, I am a shaman. I thought so, Vlad. What did you see? See, yes, I saw something. The other night, I saw a spirit so dark, so alien that... Vlad trails off and shudders. Where did you see this spirit? Just across the street from the Seamstress Union. It's gone now, Vlad. It's not going to kill you. You're safe. Thank you. I think you're right. I feel better now. More whole. Now I think I need some sleep. Yeah, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all. Don't go to the market. Where is your stash? This is the alley, isn't it? Sarah. She was saying don't go to the... Clothes may be dirty, but this woman is far from downtrodden. Hey, not that it's my business, but I want to go that way. What's going on? Just some Halloweeners stirring up trouble, she points to the south. They rode in this morning on those fancy bikes, set up camp in the old street market. They've been marching up and down the street all day, shaking down anyone that wanders past. Typical. Well, odds are those are the guys we're after. And I changed his accent again, didn't I? Anything else I should know about these gangers? Sounds like a friendly bunch. Are you going to be safe out here? She laughs. You think I'm dumb enough to get caught out in the open by one of those assholes? Nah, I know these streets like the back of my hand. Worry about your own skin. Anything else I should know about these gangers? Well, their leader's a big troll named John Paul. Real piece of work, even for a wiener. Yep, that's him. Jake checks his pistol. They're going to be in for a rude surprise. You might want to clear out before the shooting starts. She looks you over, then nods. Don't need to worry about me. I know how to lay low. They're a tough bunch, though. Don't say I didn't warn you. Oh, there's your stash. And I am currently using a shotgun. Cleared away the trash. Now we can open up this. It's gold indicating an objective. Hidden in the garbage-strewn alley is a high-tech safe with a mag card reader on the front. Open the safe with Jake's mag card. Smooth hits the safe opens to reveal a collection of gear that's a perfect match for your skills. Do you take the gear? Find Jake's stash. And over the loot, bozos! Oh, this was a bad move on your part. Did you just get... Yes, you did. You just got 2. I'm sorry. You missed! At that range, you missed. You are out of ammo. Let's give Jake a bit of hasty. Jake also is a shaman. So, welcome to the Barrens. Guess I'll need to find a new spot to hide my gear. Good dead drops are so hard to keep these days. He chuckles. Well, at least they were too dumb to break my maglock. Now that you've got some gear, let's go deal with those Halloweeniers. So, let's look at what gear he gave me. I still have the same armor. I have a grenade. I have 1 air elemental fetish that I can use to summon. And I forgot to turn off Facebook. Basic fag grenade. Basic med kit. 2 basic med kits. Okay. Worried man. Man before you appears well-mannered, but nervous. Excuse me, ma'am. I don't know you, but you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. We need some help. What's the problem? Some thugs are shaking down the market we've set up here. It's getting worse lately. I don't think we can afford to pay them anymore, but no one will stand up to them, and Lone Star isn't about to get involved. How many of them are there, and how much are you paying? I think there's only 2 of them right now. I can't talk about price, but Mrs. James will surely reward you fairly. Well, my current client is pretty patient. Where are they? Oh, thank you. Just keep heading north. You'll see it at the end of the street. Can you switch? Is it isometric? Can you fix the way it is? See if find Jake's stash. Okay, we are going to go this way. This looks like it's the secondary objective. Commerce is like a weed, taking root in the cracks and crevices of the world wherever it can. A small street market has flourished here amidst the crumbling buildings of Redmond Barrens. Sorry, like a weed? Without commerce, we wouldn't have gotten as far as we did. It can be corrupted like anything else, but commerce is a good thing. Without it, we're down to bartering and tribal stuff. Look, mate, just pay off. But we barely have anything left. Not my problem. Pay up by morning or else. The thug attempting to use his bulk and hideous breath to intimidate the shopkeeper. The old woman is holding firm, but you can see the thug's patience fading fast. It looks like he's about to start breaking things. Who the hell are you? Okay, I don't have etiquette gang. I don't have enough strength. I've heard about you. Why don't you piss off? You ain't a Halloweener, why don't you buzz off? Because I'm sick of gutter punks like you. Business, Dusty, who's going to get me paid? I knew you were just looking to cause static. Dash! Ice this lady! Oops. You actually hit. Ow. Okay. Do I have anything I could summon from? Is there any points here I can summon from? I don't see anything. Head thug, mage thug. Geek the mage. Always geek the mage. Kneecap. -1 AP. That reduces what kind of spells she can cast. That heavily reduces what kind of spells she can cast. you missed. And you got closer. But I missed too, so... I have a punch. Let's see if I can do hit with that. I can, but I do absolutely no damage. Well, I did 3 damage. I didn't do no damage. Optional, speak with the bullied merchant. And I got +8 hit points. Okay, that is my timer. I'm going to start a new video. See you in a moment.